look kind of good.
You don't know me, but I'm your brother. You don't know me, but I'm your brother.
Wow.
You don't know me, but I'm your brother.
Okay.
You don't know me, but I'm your brother.
Okay.
You don't know me, but I'm your brother.
Best one.
Good morning, sweet world, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast on the Athletic Network. It's Friday, November 11th, 2022. This is The Drop. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, Tass Mellis.
Podcast listeners, this is for you.
Next to him is the bearded one, my top shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
You don't know me, but yo.
Hey, yo. And making the magic happen over yonder, having a bit of technical difficulties this morning, super producer JD.
Oh, that's all behind us.
Oh, good. Sorry for the late start to the stream teamers joining us live right now on YouTube. The system crashed. Hey, JD, that's what happened? Went down,
lost pretty much everything. Had to rebuild from scratch.
You did all that in 20 minutes. It's impressive.
Phew. Well, we were going to be late anyways, so
Okay.
there's a lot in this show today.
You're damn right. It's a drop podcast. It's
chunky.
the end of the week.
Yeah.
What do you expect? It's fine, guys. We had a great chat in the stream team. A bunch of weird questions and talking about jerseys and stuff like that. Hit the like button if you haven't. Subscribe, comment, share the show. At least we got that amazing cold open.
Oh yeah.
That's
too good.
I've been waiting for that one for like a week. I keep asking JD every morning, when are we getting the Michael McDonald drop, the cold open? And we got it.
I was furious until that came on. Now I'm in a great
You're
mood.
in a good mood. I know. Now we're all cheerful and stuff. Grab your No Dunks merch over at nodunks.com. Send in your questions and comments to nodunks@theathletic.com. You can tweet them in too. Twitter is still alive, at No Dunks Inc. INC, and follow us on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram at No Dunks Inc. On today's drop, it is chunky. It's a chunky one. We got Tass with the worst of the week nominees. Mm-hmm. We have the triumphant return of 5 Star Friday,
Some good ones.
where TK will take us through the best reviews from you, the people out there. We got Tweet of the Night, rapid fire fun. We'll touch on last night's games pretty briefly. But first, the official NBA Nike City Edition uniforms. They dropped on Thursday. 29 of the 30 teams released new jerseys. The Jazz had to sit this one out after they overhauled their entire look over the summer. According to the press release, the theme this season focused on the stories, history, and heritage that make each NBA franchise unique. We are showing you all of the photos on one graphic for everybody on YouTube. All of these NBA City Edition jerseys. This is like the 6th year of doing these, which caught me by surprise. Wow. Yeah. But, Tass, it's an obvious question. What's your favorite of the bunch? And then we'll get to our least favorites. But what do you got for your favorite?
I'm going with the Washington Wizards.
Okay, good pick. Good pick.
Yes. Listen, we'll do our best for the audio listeners to try and describe each jersey. And the simplest explanation for the Wizards jersey is that they're pink. But I don't even like calling them pink. I think that doesn't do them justice. I think they invented a new color. I've never seen this color before. It's a different shade of pink. They somehow found a different color on the color palette.
Okay, a cherry blossom pink, I guess.
Yeah, that's what they're calling it because there's cherry blossoms in the DC area. But does it even matter? Nah. There's cherry blossoms on the side panels of these jerseys. Yep. But that's really hard to notice when you're watching them and they played in them on Thursday night. They just stand out. Even when you look at the other 28 jerseys that have come out this year, they just really stand out. I don't usually like going with a jersey that's way far away from a team's color palette. Like they're just trying something new. But these are spectacular.
These should be their full-time
beautiful.
jerseys, shouldn't they?
Yes. Yeah,
You're a
the look
fan.
is so much cleaner. Yeah, I picked these as my best new jersey coming into the season. They looked even better on the court. The court looks awesome with it. The blue is like barely lighter. The floor is really white. Yeah, these looked as good as anticipated. The shorts are awesome with the little ombre turn into blue down at the bottom. You're right. You can't really see the cherry blossoms, I don't feel like, on the court or on the uniforms, but you know it's there. These just look so good. I mean, the Wizards are like, I feel like they're halfway there on their jerseys in general. This is just such a cleaner and cooler look.
Yeah.
It's hard to go away from the red, white, and blue being in Washington, so I don't think they ever go fully this way, but it's pretty cool that these came out, whatever it was, March April, along with.
That's true. We've known about these for a long time. Yeah.
But still, usually, because in our world, if it's happened like 7 months ago, we're all over it.
Yeah.
That's so old. But surprisingly, these have staying power.
Yeah.
They're great. And the Washington Nationals baseball team also had their cherry blossom jerseys, which sort of, similarly to the side panels of these jerseys, they have blossoms on them, but you can't really see them unless you get up close and personal. They got stuck with the gray type jerseys, and you really have to look at the detail. This color. I mean, you got a pinky sweater on.
Is this a
now.
pink you've ever seen before?
It's dull pink. It's like a bit of a washed out
Yeah,
look.
for sure.
But that's a nice pink.
I loved it.
I can't even
I loved
it.
it.
Nice
I love the jerseys. I love the court. My only small criticism, and I don't think we have a photo of it because I just thought of it now. You got the logo of whoever is the sponsor for the arena on the court. I think it's Capital One Arena there in Washington. Why didn't they make the little red part of the Capital One logo flare, whatever you want to call it, the little circular part, make that pink too? Lean into it, Capital One. What are you doing? They left it red, so it just red and pink clash a little bit to me. So that's my only criticism. Otherwise, those are bangers, and I feel like universally loved, these cherry blossom Wizards jerseys. And some of the gear or merch they had too. They were talking to the designer last night on the broadcast, at least from the League Pass I was watching, and just the other stuff you could get from this. I guess they've had 8 months to work on it, so it looks awesome.
Yeah, and the matching floor, they didn't overdo it either. I don't think.
Just the paint being pink,
pretty simple.
Yep, with the blue on
not
the end.
overdone.
Yep.
Also a good tweet to go along with it from the Wizards Twitter account. We're looking at it here on YouTube.
See what I mean? Let's just make that Capital One Arena little red flare thing. Just make it pink.
Make it pink.
Easy. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I'm with you. And the blossoms along the baseline and the sideline. I've never seen a blossom in the DC area, but I guess they're there.
I would love to go with you one day.
In the fall.
Yeah, have a picnic underneath them.
Absolutely.
Trey, what do you have for best NBA City Edition jersey?
I think you've seen this shade before. It's a teal jersey from the San Antonio Spurs. You probably saw it at the 1996 All-Star Game, which was in San Antonio. Sure, the Western Conference team starring David Robinson was wearing white. Nonetheless, I do like the Spurs paying homage to the 96 All-Star Game. People love those jerseys. One of the best retro jerseys out there in my book. And I think it's a pretty cool riff on that. I would have liked to see a pepper on there. Personally, where my pepper at? But the Fiesta colors are great. I saw in a lot of the promo images, Jeremy Sohan has pink hair to go along with the pink trim here. So I hope he does that when they finally decide to wear these jerseys. I see he's had silver hair when they play in the Iceman jerseys. So my guess is yes, though I guess he could go with the blonde as well. Nonetheless, looks very cool. And, just like Tass is happy to see a pink out there, I love to see a teal jersey. More colors, the better.
Yeah. What do you think about the font with that? I saw people calling it like the Fred Flintstone font. Which is like, at first it is a little jarring, but then the more I look at it, the more I do like it, because it's just leaning into like
That's what it looked like.
The vibrant, exactly, and the vibe of that 96 All-Star Game.
Yep.
That's a crazy 2 when you look at that.
Crazy 2. Yeah, it's a wild 2.
It's like a child drew out a backwards 5.
And this is the last version of their Fiesta-themed City Edition jerseys, too. That's what I read about. So, yeah, they're going out with a bang here.
Nice.
Paying homage to that legendary game. I also saw through the website, you shared a link, Trey. They're playing, the Spurs are, like, one last game in the Alamo Dome. This giant arena that they used to play in. They're going back in, like, January to, like, I believe, try and set the NBA attendance record.
Huh.
I didn't know, like, first time I'd heard about this. I didn't know that. And I assume they'll be wearing these and they'll have
they're definitely going to wear those.
Yeah.
Surely they'll have the court, but I would have scheduled it for more like November. Personally.
Okay.
Just assuming that the Spurs are maybe not the hottest ticket in January.
Yeah.
Though there's maybe not a ton else you're doing.
Yeah, that's
in January.
That's
in
probably
San
the reason
Antonio.
they're putting it.
They don't have a hockey team,
Yeah, yeah, they're gonna sell tickets this way, which they probably wouldn't have, I guess.
Yeah, maybe that's the move.
Everything's bigger in Texas. You gotta compete. Gotta compete with Texas Stadium. Gotta compete.
Because that's the stadium arena, I guess it is called, where they used to have the curtain, right? Like they cut the damn thing in half. It was so big. So
It's giant,
they peeling back the curtain and just seeing if they can get like.
Yeah, the regular capacity is 70,000 ish, and for a basketball game, it's usually 20,000. So they do some sort of curtaining off, but apparently they won't, I guess, in January.
We'll see how many tickets they can
Yeah.
sell. All right, great jerseys. I'll go with the Hawks for my favorite of the City Edition jerseys. This is cheating a little bit because this is just like a fresh take on their original Peachtree uniforms, which launched a couple years ago, but come on. Oh, we saw these in action last night too. They're just gorgeous. They nailed every part of these, I think. You got the script font. You got the gradient numbering there. You got the different peach hues. I love them. And I think you guys are fans of these as well. It seemed like a lot of people were loving these. Like the first version and now these tweaked ones.
Yeah, this is a better version.
You think so?
I
Yeah.
agree, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The font reminds me of the show Atlanta a little bit.
Yep.
And yeah, it's the color, the peach hues. There's something about every time you throw out a color like that, it's not too stark. They're just pretty, and it goes really well with the floor as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I love the peach in the middle of the court with the Atlanta over the top of it. I will say, though, Peachtree is one word.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
It is one
they
word.
put that at the bottom, right?
Yeah. And when they had the previous jerseys, it said Peachtree in one word right across the chest.
What was
Yeah.
the
I mean, it's hard to figure out if it's one word or two words. There's hardly any peach trees around here.
well, it's not even. It's the Peach State, but
No, but
not.
I'm saying every
not.
single road here is Peachtree Road.
Yeah, there's like
There's
100.
1,000 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's literally 100 of them. And the most in, I think, in the state, obviously, but it's ridiculous. There's way too many. That's when I saw it, I thought, yeah, they're not paying homage to the street names, to the state, just to the tree. It feels like, right? Right?
Yeah, the
Fans of
tree's
the
been
tree.
forgotten. You're right.
Well, I
That's
don't
right.
know.
The tree has been forgotten. We're all about the fruits in the streets.
Yeah.
Where do you think the fruits come from?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I like the
Humble
peach on
tree.
the buckle as well. You get a little peach red on the buckle. That's cool.
Okay,
I like
so we
getting
like
the
the
peach on my buckle.
Wizards. We like the Wizards. We like the Spurs. We like the Hawks. Let's get to the part that everyone really wants to hear. Worst NBA City Edition jerseys. There's a lot to pick from.
Yeah, but this is actually the best NBA City Edition jersey. The new Hornets look is actually unbelievable. They'll tell you that it says CLT on the front,
Yeah.
but I see a stripe going down the middle there, skates in between the L and the T.
Yeah.
It says clit.
Yeah, it does. It does.
How in the
indeed.
world did this get approved? I understand that it's the airport code for Charlotte.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Honestly,
No,
like,
I'm
probably
joking.
a lot of people
No,
do
they
know
don't.
that. You would have to assume it has some sort of. I mean, there's like a PDX, right? Like
Yeah.
nobody knows that that's Portland, but you'll figure it out. But this, I mean, come on. This is like they did Cream City, they did Sacktown.
Yep.
Now they got the Clit Hornets.
Yep.
Next up, Big D for Dallas.
There you go.
Get all four of them.
Yeah.
This is brutal. You're gonna be laughed at as every single time you wear this.
It's such a shame too because we love. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but we overall love the colors that they go with, like that mint.
Yeah,
and we've
looks
seen some of
good.
their other great jerseys that they've had, but
Yeah.
this just decision to put CLT. Like, I'll push back on that. Now I'm a Canadian, so take me. You wouldn't have me in the survey, but ask 100 Americans for Charlotte's airport code. They're not. I don't know what. It's a low percentage saying CLT. They're gonna say CHA. Way more likely, I think. They're not gonna say CLT. They're not. So this is a strange decision, and also, it's clit.
I will say, though, men are too dumb to pick up on it. I mean, I saw we are. We're too dumb to pick up on it.
I think it's 99% men saying this.
Yeah.
At least on Twitter. I
Well,
mean, it's
yeah.
99% men anyways. But.
Sure, it's a little nudge joke after a while, but most men didn't pick up on it at first. We just don't know where it is.
You don't know where it is?
where the clit is? No.
I'm shocked that so many people have been tweeting that and admitting it.
Never. Do they? They don't exist.
I mean, I only know one.
Anyway, we had it going in the we had the video being playing here in the Classic Factory yesterday,
Yes,
and everyone was
Yeah.
It took me forever to find just get the joke. What is I don't. Now I'm part of the club. Now I get it. I still
You're
don't know
right.
where it is.
Now,
But,
what do you think of the actual jerseys and the decision to go with CLT?
who knows?
You don't like it, or you do like it?
Well, the colors are odd. Just like forget about the CLT part. The gold part. I
You
don't like that.
Yeah.
If they were teal to match the trim,
Mint.
Mint, sure. Pardon me.
Yeah.
If they were mint, then I'd say those are mint jerseys.
Right,
but
right.
yeah, the gold. Now they're getting too far away. You're right. Like I was saying about the Wizards ones. Sometimes it a lot of these jerseys, even the Jazz jerseys, they go way too far from their color palette. They'll come back. They'll come back.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them screw up, and I think this one did as well.
Okay, what do you have then? If you had to pick another one here.
I'm going with the Philadelphia 76ers City of Brotherly Love
Whoa,
jerseys.
I disagree.
I think the sizing is the biggest issue. It's so weird. It's like somebody started a Photoshop here, and they add all their elements, and they added the City of Brotherly Love script, and you know how everything is sort of way out of whack to start when you add stuff to your Photoshop. They just left it. It's way too small. That script, the font is way too small. The number is in the way. Get it? It's so stupid. And it's also missing the advertisement, the patch that is going to be on the jerseys as well to make it even noisier.
Oh, I see.
So get rid of the number. The number shouldn't be there. Go big with your City of Brotherly Love. It's simple. I guess it's an homage to the old Philadelphia jerseys, but I just have a problem with the sizing, and it's a lot of text in the end for a tiny little size.
I like it. I think it's really unique. Obviously, that crazy little font. I guess I hear what you're saying.
It's like you throw a script on there. Everybody's like, "Whoa, I love script."
I do.
Okay, same. Yeah, I'm like, that looks like handwritten almost too.
Yeah,
that's what I like, but. I think you're onto something because, as Ziggy mentions here in the stream team, the Sixers do love to leave a lot of belly space. There is a blank patch there just to show off your belly.
Yeah. Okay. City of Brotherly Love gets thumbs down from Tass. And I'll finish it off here. My worst NBA City Edition jersey. I'm going to go with OKC. It's the Thunder jersey. This is the definition of the meme where the guy's holding a stick and it just says, come on, do something. Do something, OKC. I like the orange down the side, sure, that burnt orange. I love that color, but this is so boring. And you have one of the coolest guys in the league in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Like, if he ever leaves OKC, heaven forbid, I'm going to blame it on your terrible jersey designs. Because, man, this guy's on, fashion runways in Paris. And you look at his IG account, and he's wearing the craziest things, and he somehow pulls them off. But this just boring. And I feel like they've done this jersey, 4 times already. They just, changed one little color. And that's it. So, not a fan. I just think they're just it's just nothing to me. Come on.
I hear you.
It's is it just their regular white jersey turned black?
That's what I think.
It's hard to tell, but yeah, pretty much. We hear a lot of stories, I know Damian Lillard was involved in designing the Trailblazers uniform that has the pinwheel on the front of it. Let Shai help out.
Totally.
Guy's got great taste. He's got an eclectic style. He ain't picking this.
No.
He's not picking just turn it black.
Yeah, he's
a
gonna
little more
do
spice,
something
please.
unique. Try something. Sometimes, look, some of these jerseys over the last couple of years, some of these City Edition jerseys, whatever jerseys from Nike, we go, whoa, okay, that's insane. What are you doing? But at least you're taking a stab at something unique. Thunder are just nah, we don't want to try.
Yeah, they didn't go for it. They didn't go for it. You're right. The side panels are the best part.
I mean, yeah, I wish that burnt orange. I know they have versions of that color a little more prominent, but you could get a little more creative with that.
At least outline the letters with the
that
burnt
looks
orange.
weird though. The stroke, or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
On the blue font.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for that. I don't know what that design is on the side panel on that burnt orange. It kind of reminds me of a Baroque design, but anyways, it's cool. Outline the numbers with it. Yeah, it's simple. And you mentioned the Portland ones. Those are in the good category for me.
The PDX with the carpet.
Yeah, the Portland carpet. Now, as you said, some people don't know what PDX is, so they're confused to start. Mm-hmm. But if you know the carpet, you love the carpet. You gotta love the carpet. I love the carpet. I like how they threw it on. I know it's just a strip on the jersey, but I'm surprised that it's never been on a jersey.
I mean, they've been on Damian Lillard's shoes before.
True.
You got to assume he'll be wearing those, even though
nice
he's Adidas.
They had a plaid jersey for one of these, right? They love a pattern.
Sure do. All right, that's enough time on the City Edition jerseys. We'll have some more YouTube shorts on our thoughts on some of the other jerseys, but let's hear from you guys. You guys are chiming in the stream team right now, your favorites and your least favorites when it comes to those new 29 jerseys, or at least the official looks at the 29 jerseys, because a lot of these have been leaked. We've known for a very long time.
I like how you keep saying 29, because there's only...
That is weird.
Well,
the Jazz held out.
Well, they didn't. Well, I guess they didn't hold out. It's just like the NBA has a rule, believe it or not, that you can't just have a new jersey every week. Even though it feels like it at times. They had their whole rebrand, and they were not allowed to drop a new city. That's why.
The Cavs did, though. The Cavs have completely new jerseys, and they also have a City Edition. So that's kind of weird to me. I actually kind of like the Cavs. It has that font that says the land on it.
Yeah, it's unique.
Yeah.
Definitely unique. Is that because the Jazz rehauled all of their jerseys?
So did the Cavs.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Totally. Interesting.
Maybe they were like, we're good. As you can tell from the jerseys we just released, we have no ideas what to do. So we'll sit this one out.
Yeah. Well,
maybe it's that.
The City Edition from a couple of years ago, I guess, was that purple throwback to the
right.
Karl Malone era.
The mountain one, yeah.
The mountain one that they're using this year.
Yeah.
So it's the same one. They just repeated it, I think.
Okay, maybe they just beat everybody
That's
to the
strange,
punch when
yeah.
it comes to this. Okay, games last night. Hey, every team that wore their new City Edition jerseys last night, they won. Undefeated in these new threads. Kuzma scored 36 to lead the Cherry Blossom Wizards. Past the Mavericks, 113-105. Any thoughts on this one? We'll move with some pace on these games. They were all fine, entertaining, but nothing like, whoa, we got to do 20-minute deep dives on these. But what do you think of the Wiz win?
Well, I was definitely disappointed to start with no Beal and nor Porzingis against his old team. I thought we'd be seeing him up against the Mavs, but then the Cherry Blossoms came out, and I was pleased, and Luka was picking apart the Washington Wizards to start. He wasn't even shooting the ball. They were just doubling him, and he was easily finding guys, and it looked great from the Mavericks side, even though they didn't have Christian Wood. But then it got worse as the game went on. They just couldn't find a way to score. And the worry is Luka's getting worse as the games go on here, because stats here from the first quarter to the fourth quarter throughout the start of the season here for Luka Doncic, he's shooting 53% in both the first and second quarters, then 48 in the third quarter, and then 36 in the fourth quarter. From three-point land, similar story, 35 and 35 in the first two quarters, then 28, then 17th. Their offensive rating has dropped from first to 11th because they've had a couple bad games, but there's just a lot on his shoulders every single quarter. So it would have been nice to have Christian Wood out there to score 25 like he's been dropping whenever he wanted, and I think that was the tail of the tape in this one, because as Kevin Durant said recently, I mean, you just have to worry about Luka Doncic, and you don't have to worry about the other guys dribbling the ball as much as Spencer Dinwiddie tried to help out.
Mm-hmm. Any thoughts on this one, TK?
Yeah, no Wood, I think, is really the difference here. Somebody else has got to score here. No surprise that the Mavericks would have their two worst offensive games when they're missing their second leading scorer. But what a game from Kuzma. 36 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. The guy's having a great season. Kyle Kuzma has become a really, really good player. Like, almost a foundational piece for the Wizards, I think. Maybe they would throw him in a trade if somebody made the right sort of offer. But he goes out there. You don't think of him as like a go-to scorer, but he certainly does. 14 to 26 last night, and like you're saying, Skates, he thrives in the pink, man. The guy is made to wear pink. So I would be willing to bet that Kyle Kuzma will be the leading scorer for the Wizards anytime they wear the pink jerseys.
Wow.
Something to track for the rest of the season.
I like that. My only thoughts on this game are just to piggyback off the Luka struggling, and now another game where he didn't crack the 30-point mark. I mean, that's the bar we have this guy at now. Oh, he didn't score 30. What's wrong with him? But over the last two games, shooting 17 of 50 from the floor, 5 of 19 from deep, and 7 of 16 at the free throw line too. So, Jason Kidd is talking about it after the game. He's asked to do a lot. And is it not just maybe like a bit of a physical burden, but maybe more of even a mental one? Just having to do everything through him, and now being 10 or 11 games in, it's caught up to him a little bit. It's possible, but he is missing Christian Wood, and that was huge. Also, this was unfortunate. You said no Beal, no Porzingis, but also no Bertans for the Mavericks on Latvian Heritage Night in Washington. Both of the guys, both of our Latvian stars in this league, Bertans and Porzingis, not
the laser
playing.
and the unicorn both.
Man, that's tough. That's tough.
Did Dairis Bertans get
I
a
don't know.
call last night? Shout out to all the Latvians out there.
Why haven't they done something with the lasers and the unicorn, like in some sort of photo mashup? Like, I know I'm just thinking, lasers and unicorns, they go so well together.
Put it on a City Edition jersey.
Yeah,
Get them on the same team.
It'll work. Actually, the Wizards put up a graphic of all the games that they're going to be wearing their cherry blossom jerseys during this game, and I thought, those are the games I'm going to watch them.
So those are the games it sounds like we should be hitting the prop bet on Kyle Kuzma.
Kuzma over
Hit
for
the
sure.
over. Yeah. And Rui Hachimura, I thought you'd bring him up. He had a really, really good game. He was super aggressive last night.
Yeah, I'm not getting too hot on Rui. I love him, but I don't want to get too excited. Yeah, he looked ridiculously athletic, agile, some of those finishes.
Yeah. He had like an
Really
MJ-like finish with a little double clutch pump up and under. Yeah, good finish from him. Jimmy Butler scores 35 as the Heat hold off the Hornets 117 to 112 in overtime. What do you think?
The ugliest game in history. Okay, I'm going too far.
I wouldn't say that.
No.
Did you watch the Hawks-Sixers game?
Yeah, we're gonna get
way worse.
we're gonna get to that for sure. Jimmy had to come back and save the day as they
Yes.
relinquished their fourth quarter lead, and that's the story. He didn't have Tyler Hero beside him either, but it feels like Jimmy has had a lot to do. I know Bam had a solid game because he's Bam Adebayo. There's a lot on Jimmy's shoulders here. It's Tyler's supposed to take the pressure off him, and so is Kyle Lowry, and Kyle Lowry's just having an okay year. This is a team that should be smacking teams like the Charlotte Hornets, it feels like, right? Without LaMelo Ball and without him for the entire season so far, and Terry Rozier is supposed to be carrying them. They got shots wherever they wanted. It feels like the Heat are... They're not clicking whatsoever. I know Jimmy got them to the line, got them over the line.
Jimmy won them this game in the end, especially to get them into overtime.
That shouldn't be happening here for a 53-win team last year. I know there's new parts, but still.
Did you see the Kelly Oubre Jr. Travel call late in this game too? Around half court, just inbounded the ball and sort of switches his pivot feet, just moves them.
Yep.
Whoop, travel. Which it was. It is
a travel.
But wow, very inconsequential. Like he's not tacking, not doing anything. What do you think of that one?
I think that's what happens when you miss the Tyler Hero call and the Jeremy Grant call. You get some sort of edict from the league office.
Yeah.
We got to keep our eye on those travels out there, and that's why Kelly Oubre gets called for a travel 35 feet from the basket. Point of emphasis season is honestly, it's just brutal. It's the worst. That wouldn't be a travel in a month. So tough one for the Hornets, but maybe you can win in a month when they don't call it.
Yeah, it reminded me of, having watched the Redeem team, it reminded me of what was going on in the Spain-U.S. game in the gold medal where the American team, let's say, as Dwayne Wade gets the ball in the backcourt, he starts walking before putting the ball on the floor. Spanish team jumps up out of their seats on the bench. What was that? Because in Europe, it's called that.
Yeah.
And I agree with Trey. You can't just start doing it now. Maybe at the beginning of the season if you want to call it like we used to call it when everyone was playing grade school when they picked up their ball. maybe, but that's a huge change. Like those ones that don't matter.
Right.
You got to call the Tyler Hero one.
Yeah, it's different on the shot
Grant.
for sure. This is like he wasn't even really that pressured.
No.
It was just, he did travel. He technically traveled. He switches his pivot foot or picks it up, but yeah, it's like doesn't really have any impact on the play of what's about to happen. What? Bang. Going the other way. And then, look, Terry Rozier, there was some contact from Jimmy Butler closing out in the corner. They did a really aggressive, great job. Kept his hands straight up. Terry Rozier thought he was bumped enough to then flail and try and chuck it in the corner and hit the side of the backboard. He probably should have just focused on, hey, just take the shot still. Give yourself a chance at least to hit that corner three. But, he was pissed that he didn't get the call there too. So they got the short end of the whistle on this one. And the Heat just pulled it out. They needed that win too. The record is not all that great, and you're against the Hornets team missing some of their guys. But Jimmy got them there. Holy man, he hit some tough buckets.
He won them the game in Sacramento, basically. I think, right, it was Hero who hit the game winner, but Jimmy was awesome down the stretch in that one. 7 straight losses, though, for the Hornets. They were 3-3.
Yeah.
Now they're 3-10.
They are plucky when you watch them.
They play hard.
They do play hard.
And they make you play their game. You're going to play fast. And that was, I thought, throwing the Heat off a little bit, but they just don't have the talent right now.
No. Trae Young helps the Hawks pull away in the second half, beat the 76ers 104-95. This one was pretty gross to watch.
Yeah.
12 three-pointers made combined, 6 from each. 6 for 30, the Sixers. 6 for 26, the Hawks.
Yeah.
Pretty rare in today's NBA game.
Totally.
So not a lot of threes being made, but Trey was awesome in the first quarter, and then they picked it up there. The Sixers were hanging around, and then they took care of business in the second half.
Yeah, I shouldn't have called Charlotte-Miami the ugliest game in whatever I said. It was ugly, but not even close to the ugliness of this game. Yeah, there was a lot of shots being chucked. They got up to a bad percentage, but it was even worse to start. They were missing to start. But then the Hawks picked it up when Joel Embiid went to the bench. That was the story of the game. In the third quarter, when Joel picked up his fourth foul, they decided, Doc Rivers did, all right, let's sit him. The Hawks went on a 25-11 run, and that was the end of it, really. The Sixers could not find a way to score. And I love the defensive intensity against Joel Embiid from Okongwu and Clint Capella. I love it. They play hard against Joel Embiid, but they couldn't shoot. This was a game that they missed James Harden absolutely.
Yeah, Maxey a rough night in this one. 5 of 17 for him, and then you have two other guys like Tucker and Melton doing really nothing in the starting lineup. Embiid was good. I mean, he had a lot of turnovers. He got in foul trouble. He looked like classic frustrated, sort of slumped shoulders Joel Embiid at times, but then still puts up 26 and 13 and is like a plus 10 in this game. That's what's going on with this team. But the Sixers, 5 and 7 as well, Trey. Which is of course disappointing with everybody thinking they might. We thought they might like run away with the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, and they're far from that right now.
You guys want to do an emergency podcast later?
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking we might be looking at a new coach of the Philadelphia 76ers in not too long. This is a disappointing start. And like you're saying, it feels very similar to the Timberwolves, where they're just not giving a full effort out there. This was really the bench brought him back into this game late in the fourth quarter, actually made it close, because it was a 20-point lead for the Hawks heading into the fourth. But Montrezl Harrell just kept going to the line. Doc said the plan was always to bring the starters back in. If the game got close, the bench got it close, and then the starters came back in and did nothing. Joel Embiid had more turnovers than made baskets in the fourth quarter, and I think that kind of tells you how the Sixers are going right now. So maybe Harden's injury kind of provides a little cover for Doc right here, and they give him a little bit more of a leash to figure things out. But this is a pretty bad start, and pretty much the exact wrong start, I feel like, for the Sixers as well. If they were playing hard and looked like a good together team and still taking tough losses, fine. But they don't look like they're playing hard.
Totally agree. I thought the only thing I'd be thinking about with Doc Rivers was that Trae Young passed him on the all-time Hawks scoring list for 16th yesterday. Doc put up some points.
He sure did.
He hit that all-star game once upon a time. But yes, I thought Doc was just going to roll with the bench guys the rest of the game, because they definitely brought them back. But they have, it's a game to game. The effort changes from game to game, and Joel Embiid, we thought he would be turning it around. He said after the Philadelphia Phillies season was done that he'd turn it around. He had the one good game since returning from the flu, but the second game, even though the raw numbers are good, he did turn it over a ton, and wasn't great, Joel.
Clint Capella scored 18 points and grabbed 20 rebounds.
That's a lot of roast beef.
It was his 24th career 20-rebound game, which is the 4th most such games among active players. You want to do a little trivia? Can you name the 3 guys, active players, that have more 20-rebound games?
Gobert.
Correct. He has 26.
Drummond.
He has 88.
Whoa, 88?
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Who else is beefing hard out there?
This is the toughest one, I would think. Just to remember, this guy is on a roster. Yeah.
Currently rostered?
Yeah.
Dwight Howard? No.
He's in Taiwan, man.
Yeah, wrong
he
country.
Just touched down.
Wrong country.
Yeah.
On a roster.
Yeah. He shouldn't be.
DeAndre Jordan?
There it is.
There. Nice.
There it
Nice.
60 for DeAndre Jordan. Statitudes coming through with that great trivia question. It's a new Substack that I'm a fan of, especially if you like trivia questions. Final game. Jeremy Grant, Blazers win again on the road, baby. 106-95 over the Pelicans. No Dame, no Nurk, no Sharp even. And they take care of business here. This is a really, really solid win. This team's playing some defense, baby. I believe they're top 10 in defensive rating, which is a huge jump up for the Blazers. Going with a little small ball, Justice Winslow at the 5. Eubanks coming in there, taking a charge every once in a while. Guys contributing and playing hard. And that's a good win where Grant, is going sort of toe-to-toe with a guy like Brandon Ingram and Zion out there and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll start from the Pelican side for me because I'm a little disappointed with the way things are rolling there. CJ McCollum was sort of their point guard, their number one guy to start this season with Brandon Ingram out, Zion out as well. And they're continuing to go with that, and Zion's not getting the ball in the perimeter. Zion's not being Zion enough. Zion's getting the ball in the post too much. His line is fine, but CJ's got to come off the ball as well. He's turned it over 5 times in this game because of it, I think. You mentioned Justice Winslow in for Yusuf Nurkic, playing center, playing small ball. I would like to see some more Jonas Valanciunas in this game. He only played 20 minutes. They used to go to him a lot. They used to just throw the ball to him. That was mainly because Zion Williamson wasn't out, but they should have been able to take advantage of Justice Winslow as much as I love my Justice, and he had a really good game and plays way bigger than his size.
Yeah.
That's what Jonas Valanciunas is in this league for. So they went small to try and match. They go small with Zion Williamson at the 5 or Larry Nance at the 5, and it didn't work in this one. And I think you're being a little stubborn with the rotations and not getting back to their best rotations, and they're not playing the rookie and Dyson Daniels, who would help. They just were getting blown by over and over and over again. And Devontae Graham should probably be sitting for Dyson Daniels. I think people are scared to play rooks, but he would be great out there. So disappointing, but obviously Chauncey Billups got these guys working on the other side.
Yeah. Any thoughts on Blazers going into New Orleans getting the win?
Blazers are 5th in defense right now.
5th?
That's ridiculous.
Hell yeah.
This was a guys being dudes win. No Dame out there, so everybody else stepped up. It was pretty impressive. 5 guys in double digits. Jeremy Grant has taken his game to another level. It's he didn't have enough to do in Denver. Probably had a little bit too much to do in Detroit.
Yeah.
This is the perfect spot for him. This was kind of death by back cuts, I thought. There were so many times when the Pelicans were just ball watching, Zion a lot of it, if I'm being quite honest, and somebody would just cut to the hole, and the Blazers were playing for each other out there, and they knew that without Lillard there to handle a huge chunk of possessions, it was going to have to be a ball movement kind of game, and they really went for it. And I thought it was an incredible performance by the Blazers to be able to play a small ball game against a team that's pretty big when you really look at the Pelicans with Zion and Valanciunas out there, and then Brandon Ingram obviously has incredible length. So good stuff from the Blazers to get that dub.
6-1 on the road. The Blazers are right now 9-3 overall, so obviously near the top of the West. Top 5 defensive rating, and they're adding Gary Payton II still to this roster when he eventually comes back, who's known for playing some defense. So really, really strong win. Nasir Little love to him too. He was really good off the bench in 24 minutes. Billups, some of the guys injured, of course, but he kept this short rotation. This is like a playoff rotation here with like only 8 guys getting any burn. Really 7 if you take away the Walker's 8 minutes. But Nasir Little with 15 points. He had some bounce. He was feeling himself last night. He was being really aggressive. So 6 of 11 from the floor for him.
That's why it's always kind of ridiculous to evaluate a coach when they have a bad season. Everybody, proclaiming Chauncey Billups having a bad year last year. He didn't have guys.
No.
And I was buying into him being sort of a motivational type guy last year. But you just never know. We're on the outside. It's hard to really know. And now he's doing it. To be 5-1 or 6-1 on the road, that's a good coach, I imagine.
Yep. Some news here, injury news. LeBron James, day-to-day with the left adductor strain. Now, he is officially out for tonight's game against the Kings. And then we don't know about Sunday against the Nets. If I'm guessing, I would assume he'll miss that one as well. But for the schedule-wise, for the Lakers, they're pretty good because they don't play another game after that one on Sunday until Friday, November 18th. The Lakers just have all week off next week, which is just weird. So, like, LeBron could miss 2 games if he misses tonight and Sunday, and maybe make it back that next Friday, which is so he's like 8 days here to rehabilitate this injury that he says isn't as extreme as the last one.
It's true that he'll only miss 2 games, but they have to win every game. And the Kings game is winnable, and Nets are playing a lot better. We went through the schedule. The next 9 games are the games where they have to swing the season around. This 9-game stretch is the season. It really is. So, yeah, it's not as bad as 4 years ago when LeBron hurt his groin. That seems like he's not going to miss 17 games. But we also were sitting there thinking during that stretch, oh, he's coming back soon.
Yeah.
He's come back soon. It didn't end up happening. He's obviously near 38 now, so it's different. But he also is near 38 now, so he's going to miss some time here. And every win is really important. They're 2-9.
This is how bad it is for the Lakers. They are reportedly looking at Tony Snell Joe Wieskamp. Maybe Mo Harkless. I think they already maybe worked him out. They need some wing help here. Is what the point is.
Yikes.
Darren Collison's going to be watching games soon like he was a couple of years ago. Front row seat.
2 tweets to put it in perspective. The Lakers' rough start here. Damon R. The Lakers are 2-9 at 7 games under 500 on November 10th, or 11th now today. Last year's disastrous Lakers weren't 7 games under 500 until they lost game 63 of the season on March 5th, dropping them to 28-35 at the time. And then this one from @PickupHoop. Teams that started 2-9 or worse in NBA history. There's been 161 of them.
Name them all.
How many do you think went on to just make the playoffs of 161 that started 2-9 or worse?
Single digits.
It's a little bit more than that. 13.
Okay.
Only 5 had a winning record. So some of those that were making it in with like the sub 400,
Sure,
sub
38
500,
and 44 or something.
And only one won a playoff series. Again, just putting into perspective this. Very,
Who was it?
Very
Who
brutal.
won a
I have
playoff
no
series?
idea.
Okay. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, rough. Also bad, the Raptors' Precious Achiuwa out indefinitely with an ankle injury. Partial ligament tears in his right ankle during Wednesday's win over the Rockets. This was my concern, Tassie. That big guy was not putting any weight while he was hobbling out of the back. And he's going to be out here, I think, for a while. He's at least going to be in a walking boot for 10 days, and then they'll reassess. Siakam already out. Scotty Barnes has a nagging ankle injury. And now this, Precious Achiuwa, who, not that he was playing well.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe
Yeah.
that's a good thing, Skeets.
A little more Thad Young, a little more Otto Porter. Maybe Boucher gets going a little bit more.
And Precious watches. Precious watches, and he understands maybe I don't ball stop the way I have been recently, and be part of the team a little bit more. I'm just trying to be
such a good defensive player still,
So good,
though.
so
I mean,
good.
he struggled offensively. It still gives you 9 and 7 in like 20 minutes per game. He doesn't get a lot of burn, but defensively, he's like, for a big guy, he can hold his own on, smaller wing guys on the perimeter and can obviously like take care of the glass and stuff. But yeah, I think maybe it is. Maybe it is a blessing in disguise, just sitting there beside the coaching staff and taking it all in. And I think, if anything, Thad Young will get a chance to have more minutes here. And he's the ultimate glue guy that we've seen for a long time in his career. So maybe he helps unlock something here for the Raps.
Yeah, I think Thad Young has had an impact in the Raptors games that I've watched, even in limited minutes. So certainly he'll be able to step in there. I guess the only good news here is that Fred VanVleet will probably be an all-star again. With Siakam going down, with Achiuwa going down, they need everything from VanVleet. He's been great this week. Like
he's averaging like 30 a game, I think.
Yeah, when the Bulls beat him, it was like VanVleet was keeping them in the game completely. But that means he will continue to be a high minutes guy, a high usage guy, at least until Siakam is back, I would say. So, I don't know. The Raptors are going to have to dig deep on the bench. They're going to have to play some guys that Nick Nurse doesn't really want to play. Just to kind of survive this stretch with 2 of their top 6 in minutes going out. They just got to, try Wancho,
Oh, it's Bo Cruz time.
Exactly. Try Wancho. I guess Kem Birch is out as well now. I saw Malachi Flynn had like a 70-point game in the summertime. Can he score in the NBA, or is it just when he's playing in Seattle? I don't know. We got to give the Raptors got to give some guys a little bit of run here. Even if they stink, even if they lose a few games, Nick Nurse is a little bit of a Tom Thibodeau, where he plays his guys tons and tons and tons of minutes to maximize the regular season. Then they get to the postseason. Maybe they don't have the second gear necessarily. I think that's what happened last year. So, I don't know. If they just keep picking up little ticky-tack injuries, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah. All right. Let's take our first break, and when we come back, worst of the week nominees and 5-Star Friday fun. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, speaking of marathons, I played 3 hours of pickleball yesterday.
Oh, man.
Beautiful day here in Atlanta. But I was feeling it this morning, I have to admit. Barely wanted to get out of bed, let alone work out. And I got a Peloton right there. You practically have to climb on it or over it to get into this classic factory. That said, it's surprisingly easy to pretend it's not there. I needed extra motivation today. When I'm absolutely not into it, this is what I always do. I check in with my favorite instructor, the Cadence King, Dennis Morton. I mean,
Cadence.
he is, Tassie. Admit it. He's the Cadence King. I like all the instructors, but like I've said before, and I'll say it again, Dennis is my guy. He's my workout buddy. he just gets me. It's kind of spooky, actually. He reminds me to drink just as I realize I'm thirsty. He corrects my form just as I'm collapsing on top of myself. And he's even more anally retentive about music than I am. Gotta be on the beat, and I have to too. Anyways, got on that bike this morning, expecting to crank out 15 minutes just to say I did something today. Ended up doing a 45-minute intervals and arms with Dennis, 10 minutes of abs with Emma, a cool down ride with Alex. Then I had to take a cool down ride after that one because Alex is too intense, Tess. I'm burning through that cool down. Then I took a cool down ride with Christine. Alex, very intense, man. I feel great. I'm glad I'm over here because I badly need a shower, guys. Did not poop myself, though, so I'm happy about that. But I would have if I had to get through it. Try Peloton risk-free with a 30-day home trial. New members only, not available in remote locations. See additional terms at onepeloton.com/home trial.
Well, if you have any soreness, JD, I've got what you need. Next Evo Naturals. I've got to admit, I have questioned the legitimacy of CBD. You know, I'm a modern man. I question everything. Does this work? Does this work? Sounds fake. Sounds fake.
Right.
It seemed like it just wouldn't work, but it does. And Next Evo Naturals can help you out. It did for me. I went for a run next morning. I was sore. Gave it a whirl. Now I enjoy it daily. It's in the bathroom, so I see it, remember it, and I feel the effects. Next Evo Naturals developed Smart Sorb technology, clinically proven to help your body absorb CBD 4 times better than regular CBD oil, because oil just doesn't mix with your water-based body. Smart Sorb technology improves CBD's ability to be absorbed, getting into your system in as little as 10 minutes. Most CBD oil achieves between 2% and 10% absorption. I knew it. I knew some of this stuff doesn't work. 2 and 10% for CBD oil, which means 90% of what you think you're getting is actually wasted. Next Evo Naturals are scientifically formulated to deliver more CBD in a way your body can actually use it, clinically proven to have 4 times better absorption. To help your body have a healthy inflammatory response, try the new Revive CBD Complex, which adds the benefits of curcumin with CBD. Cumin. That's all I can think of when I read the word curcumin. It's almost holiday season. My family has a nice bread treat with cumin in the holiday season. Don't settle for less. Get your supply of Next Evo Naturals Revive CBD Complex today, or shop their gummies, capsules, and mints, proven to absorb 4 times faster than standard CBD oil. Get up to 25% off when you subscribe and spend $40 or more at nextevo.com/recover with promo code NODUNKS. That's nextevo.com/recover, promo code NODUNKS.
All right, back in the Classic Factory, let's get to Worst of the Week.
Ladies and gentlemen, the worst of the week.
All right, here we go. I'm going to give you 4 nominees. You guys tell me which one is the absolute worst of all those nominees. Although I will say, off the top here, we could have just given it to the Minnesota Timberwolves because they had 2 situations where they just forgot to play basketball. Lack of attention here, and let's take you through both of those. First nominee is Anthony Edwards of the Minnesota Timberwolves, because he just fell asleep during a possession where he was on the perimeter. If you're watching here on YouTube, he's just standing here close to the bottom of the screen with his hands on his hips. You don't usually see that for a full possession. Now, I will say, as he almost forgets to get back there for a second. I will say, his defender is attached to him the entire time.
Yeah.
So he is doing his job of gravity, just standing out there. He's
maybe
pulling
not
one
now,
guy away.
yeah.
Yeah, then he doesn't go for the rebound, but you just don't see a guy go double teapot for an offensive possession and do nothing.
So what's the message there? Pissed off with what they're running? That he's
a good
not
question.
involved?
We're running here.
Yeah.
Probably.
Frustration.
I
Yeah.
would say.
I don't think. My point is, I don't think he's zoned out.
Yeah.
Like I know maybe the next one we're gonna get to. I think that was a frustration posed.
A little bit of a protest.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Not saying that's good. but
No, it's not good.
Maybe even worse.
Yeah, the entire situation there in Minnesota, not good.
No.
Starting 5-7 because guys aren't on the same page, because guys are angry. This was supposed to be Anthony Edwards' breakout year.
Yeah.
This is year 3 for him. His numbers are fine. They're basically the same as last year, but I thought he would be a first-year All-Star. So far, so bad in the entire Timberwolves locker room. And that leads us to our second nominee, D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards' backcourt partner. This is amazing. It really is. I know we talked about it on Thursday's show, but he just failed to check into a game. His
I don't think
teammate.
I've seen the baseline angle.
Yeah, this courtesy our man John
There he
Schumann.
is.
So Jalen Noel shoots a free throw, his teammate, and they start going back on defense. The hilarious part is Jalen Noel is guarding Campaign up top by the midcourt line, and D'Angelo Russell is yelling things from the scorer's table. He's yelling things at Jalen Noel, like, play some defense. But he forgets that he's supposed to be in the game, so they play the whole possession. They give up an offensive rebound, and D'Angelo Russell has still not checked into the game. They played 4-on-5, and I think that is unprecedented in the NBA. Like, okay, there's a 5-on-4 possession sometimes because a guy falls, but we've been doing this a while. I can't think of something similar to that where a guy just doesn't check in. Maybe he got screwed up because Jalen Noel only shot one free throw and he was waiting for the second one. I can't even logically come up with something. It's stupid what I'm saying right now.
It's
no
rare
one
to see it
pulled
that
him in the game.
long. That's the thing. Because here's the thing: the Wolves actually play like decent defense.
They're
We're only having
scrambling.
4 guys out there. Yeah, they're trying to get out to the shooters.
Doesn't look like 5-on-4.
And then the rebound happens, and then he finally comes in after the second attempt that they splash. But it's just how long it is that he hasn't figured it out. That nobody on the bench has figured it out, be it a player or an assistant coach or the coach himself, Chris Finch. I don't know, fans on the broadcast, somebody screaming, "We need a fifth guy out there!" Yeah. So.
I watching it back over and over and over, some weird stuff happening. I do think an assistant coach, Mike Norrie, was saying something. Mike Norrie was saying, hey, over there, like pointing. But I think it was so strange, such a unique situation that even Chris Finch didn't think that they're playing 5-on-4. And they're playing really well, too. So it is strange. Yeah, Russell is like a cheerleader on the sideline. They're barking out instructions.
Yeah.
It's...
You're right. Finch isn't looking. Finch is like watching the action and trying to coach, and maybe he doesn't even realize that they only got 4 guys. But Mike Norrie is pointing like, "Hey, we got a guy over there."
Yeah. So, assistant coach Mike Norrie, he did his job. He's keeping his job, but the rest of that's their assistant coach's job, I think. I don't know whose job it is.
Count the guys on the floor.
In watching it again, Jaden McDaniels figures out at some point there's only 4 of us out here.
He's the first one.
He's like, because he does a rotation where obviously somebody goes to the corner to try and get the shooter, and then he comes into the paint a little bit, and he's like, hold on, what the hell? How am I supposed to get both these guys? Where's our 5th guy? It looks like for a second he maybe even sees D'Angelo Russell like off. And is like, okay, well, I guess we're going to give up points on this possession.
Yeah, Minnesota playing 4-on-5 there for a bit. They are pretty close to Canada. They're even more north of Toronto. Maybe they're used to playing hockey.
Oh, shorthanded.
Power play.
Little power play. All right, next nominee here. We'll keep this one quick because I know we're all sort of tired of talking about this situation. This is more of an update than anything, but the third nominee is Kyrie Irving and Nike. Nike announced it was suspending its relationship with Irving because he promoted an anti-Jewish movie. Nike will no longer launch the Kyrie 8. But in an interview with CNBC, Phil Knight said Nike is done with Irving. Most likely.
Yeah.
The door is open. The door is definitely open. So to me, I'm throwing this in there, number one, to give everyone an update if they didn't know. But also, this is just another lingering part of this situation. Kyrie didn't apologize very swiftly. The league didn't act very swiftly. And now Nike's not acting all that swiftly either. They did come out and say they're suspending it. But it's just another relationship, I should say. It's going to linger. It's like the cranberries. This thing is going to linger for a bit. Sorry.
Well, we've also had some players chiming in here about the Kyrie suspension. LeBron tweeted, "I told you guys that I don't believe in sharing hurtful information, and I'll continue to be that way, but Kyrie apologized, and he should be able to play. That's what I think. It's that simple. Help him learn, but he should be playing. What he's asked to do to get back on the floor, I think, is excessive. IMO, in his opinion, LeBron here. He's not the person that's being portrayed of him." And then Pelicans guard CJ McCollum, president of the National Basketball Players Association, I'll say it that way.
Just say the whole thing.
I know.
Me too.
Said the conditions are asking a lot, throw that in air quotes, from Irving. It's a lot to ask of someone who's already said they're sorry, who's already showed empathy, who's given his money, who's already given his money. That's CJ McCollum saying that. And if you don't know, he's missed. He's done 4 of his 5 games in the suspension, and as part of it, the team has outlined like these 6 steps needed for his reinstatement, including a public statement recognizing the film as anti-Semitic, an apology for supporting the film and the falsehoods within it, training sessions on the dangers of hate speech, and a couple other things here. Like this is what their list is. Check them all off, and then you'll be back. He's met with Silver, Kyrie has, and Silver, defending him, I guess is the best way to put him. Said he is not an anti-Semitic person, and he's learning, and we're moving on from here. But it sounds like Silver and the Nets are ultimately going to decide when and if he can return. But I'm interested to hear your thoughts on LeBron sort of chiming in here. I know Jaylen Brown has said some things as well, and of course CJ McCollum. What do you think?
The fact that it's LeBron, a major power player in the league, and CJ McCollum, an executive in the Players Association, that are the guys coming out in support of Kyrie makes me think that the union is probably gearing up for a fight with regards to these regulations or this list of requirements that Kyrie is going to have to complete before he's allowed to come back to the team. So I don't know. It feels like we're just going to get some more Kyrie Irving drama out of this.
Yeah, and I bring the whole Nike thing up and the fact that it's still going on because part of it, of why they're sort of this whole thing is negative and this whole thing deserves a worst of the week is because it's gone on too long. The fact is, yes, he's been given a list by the Brooklyn Nets organization to complete some sort of requirements. I disagree with CJ McCollum. It's not an extensive list.
I agree 100%.
It's not too much to ask a human being to be decent. And this whole thing is it's just going on way too long. It should have been nipped in a bud by Kyrie himself. Kyrie is obviously the one who's at fault. But
yeah, he defiantly refused to apologize.
Yeah.
And then by all accounts, he ghosted on his on Joe Tsai and meeting him and stuff like that as well.
He dug in over and over and over again, and now people are coming to his aid. Well, all he has to do is complete a checklist. It's not too much to ask.
No, which would be similar to things that anyone would have to do in the workplace, or something like this to arise, where you have to take training or take courses, and I disagree with LeBron and McCollum here and saying like he's done it all. You just let him play now. It's like, well, they're not asking for everything here. And look, it's a union. They're sticking up for their guy. I get that part of it all. Maybe it's a slippery slope. I don't know, but it didn't need to get to this. That's like you said, that's the whole point of it.
Anyways, all right, let's move on. Last nominee, a little bit on the lighter side. Meek Mill. He was sitting courtside at a Sixers game, and the rapper stuck out his feet. He was lounging, legs out, sort of getting close to the sideline where the referees like to run up and down the floor. So referees following the play. And he bites it. He trips over Meek Mill's legs because they are stretched out. He hits his feet, and Meek Mill's not on the court or anything, but it's getting close. And this referee falls down, and it's a real curb.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw Larry David do this once upon a time.
So pretty funny. Meek Mill pulled back, and everything was
apologized.
Okay. Doc got him up. I don't know who that referee was. But I think
that was
right.
referee Brent Bernanke.
Oh.
Yeah, you want to guess what his favorite meal is?
Oh, boy. Pot roast.
No, this is an Italian dish.
Just straight spaghetti?
Lasagna.
No, not a pasta. You would probably have it with a spaghetti and a marinara sauce alongside it.
Breadsticks? Mozzarella
bread?
sticks?
It's a... Oh, the right protein. Wrong preparation.
Piccata. No.
Chicken parmesan.
There we go. Chicken parmesan.
Hey, okay. Weird, serious question with this. If I sit courtside and I pay that amount of money to sit courtside, like I'm assuming Meek Mill did or whatever through his agents or whatever, can I legally stretch my legs out? He's not on the floor. He's off the floor. And can they tell me to not stretch my legs out? Or is that on the ref? Like, ref, you should be running on the floor. I'm just curious.
Well, I think it's legal. I don't think Meek went back to jail because of this. So I think it's allowed from a strictly legal perspective. But I think it is something you don't think about. He's probably thinking, hey, my feet aren't on the court. What's the problem?
Yeah.
I ain't going to trip a player. You should be allowed to trip a ref if you pay that much money.
I agree.
Well, he didn't pay anything. But
Yeah, good point.
he was sitting with Michael Rubin. It
Yeah,
looked
they're
like
buds.
they're buds, doing some good stuff out there. But I will say I wanted to make somebody worst of the week a couple weeks ago because they were standing beside courtside because they were talking to somebody I think that were in the wrong seat, and they had their backs turned. So it's like anything goes, really. If you got a courtside seat, you can do whatever.
Yeah, you're rich.
You're
you
paying.
can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want. I think it's on the refs. Refs got to manage a game. They got to manage 10 men running around, and they got to manage 100 people sitting courtside. That's not easy.
Hey, look, the point. Like, if Meek had
Hopefully
done
you
it
get your
again,
chicken parmesan.
if Meek had tripped him again, could the ref toss him out?
Yeah.
That's the catch to me.
Interesting.
It's like
The
he's not
refs
on the
do
floor.
have a little leeway, like to toss a fan,
100%.
right? For like bad behavior.
Yeah.
I think first trip you're fine. Second trip,
Yeah, because
look
then
me
you're
in the
thinking
eyes.
it's on
Hey,
purpose.
hey,
Yeah.
hey, one time is an accident.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get to 5-Star Friday. It's back, baby. Hey. Woo-hoo. What is this intro? Okay. Fascinating. We're all the podcast listeners. Trey, do you want to explain what 5-Star Friday is to anyone new?
Well, I think
the
the
show?
video explains.
Of course.
5-Star Fridays, some Fridays during a month. Used to be the first Friday, who knows? Is this the second Friday? This is the second Friday. A Friday during the month, we'll read 5-star reviews from Apple Podcasts because the reviews help us in the rankings, helps people find the show, and we love hearing from the listeners. Our first 5-star review comes from Mike Mango. 5 stars. What's better than this?
Yeah.
Been a listener since the TBJ days, and whenever I'm playing the podcast around the house and my wife hears these familiar voices, she asks me, just hanging with your best friends? Other pods have come and gone over the last decade plus, but these guys are just too good to fall out of my feed. Also, love my Beantown Boys shirt. Keep up the good work, gang. Thank you, Mike Mango.
I love that. I love that we're your friends. It reminds me of that, there's that photo that goes around where the guy's sitting in front of like an ice cream, what do you call it? Like freezer?
Yeah,
And it's
freezer,
got like a bunch of like just like people on it, like sharing ice creams, and it's like hanging, and the guy's pointing at it, hanging out with my friends. You know what I'm talking about it all?
Oh, totally.
Trey
This is what a
does, I
podcast
know.
listens
You
like.
never
yeah.
seen that? Oh.
No, I thought you were gonna do the 8 white guys at the
The
golf
baseball
tournament.
game?
Yeah.
That's also us, I guess.
Thanks for sticking around, Mike Mango.
Yeah, decade plus. That's nice.
Mike Mango, that's a nice ice cream
Yeah,
flavor.
exactly. He's digging in.
All right.
I had a Mike Mango smoothie from Factor. Pretty good, actually.
I
All
agree.
right, our next 5-star review. 5 stars for the shout out. 3-point shooters. I don't know how this ends. This is from Dade182. Like Dave Gahan said once about this podcast, I just can't get enough. Any Depeche Mode fans around here?
Not really.
Next review, 5 stars. This one comes from Nick Romo, 14. This is a No Bunts review, actually.
Whoa!
Chin music. No Bunts is perfect game content. Love No Dunks, writing a separate 5-star review for No Bunts. I love the show and it's punching above its weight to make baseball relatable, fun, and accessible. Lifetime Dodgers fan here. And have hated hearing my peers crap on baseball. This podcast is a service to us all. Some high cheese, blooper reel, basket catch magic.
There you go, Tess.
Great
Little
stuff.
No Bunts love.
I'm surprised Nick Romo stuck around because we dissed the Dodgers plenty on our show
I did hear that.
throughout the season. But thank you. No, it was a fun season. It was a good baseball season. I got to be honest.
Yeah, it was entertaining for sure.
It was.
And if you didn't consume every World Series game, the World Series wrap-up pod with Joel McMillan. It's a banger.
Yeah,
that was a
thank
banger.
you.
That was a
Thank you.
banger for sure. Yeah, it was good.
Thanks.
Next one is from Patton, I suppose. PA77ON. So good I paid for it, got nothing, and still happy. After listening to the latest iteration of my all-time favorite basketball show / podcast, I decided to take the plunge and invest in an athletic subscription. Thank you very much. One problem. I signed up for it using a different email than my Apple account. So I'm paying full price and still getting ads on my podcasts. But I don't care. These guys are so entertaining that even their ads are good for a larf. Any other podcast, I'd be upset for such a mistake. But No Dunks goes down smooth every time, with or without ads. Plus, the written stuff on The Athletic is pretty good, too.
Yeah, there you go.
There you
That's
go.
the real reason to get an athletic subscription. Go to theathletic.com/nodunks, get one.
Yes. And invest in a password protector, I would say, as well.
I hate when I sign up for stuff with the wrong
Oh, man, yeah.
Apple
yeah.
address. Oh, and I got to figure that out.
Whoa!
I have reset my Apple password billions of times. Patton, I feel bad for you, but thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for subscribing. I'm the same. I'm like, I've still got an @me.com address for my Apple ID.
Yeah.
Back in the @me days.
But Tass is built differently than Patton because Tass would be like, he'd be on the phone for like 8 hours with Apple, like Tim Cook himself trying to figure out Reddit book. Like,
Oh, it's
I love that
fun.
about you. You don't let stuff like that slide.
No, I love customer service. God, one of my favorite things to do.
It's like customer service people are like your version of hanging out with the ice cream freezer. They're like your friends.
Yeah, hold on. I'm on hold.
With who?
Go ahead.
Who are you trying to get a
Go
deal
ahead.
with?
Rogers in Canada. I'm trying to settle my old Canadian cell phone bill from 15 years ago. I'm pretty pissed. Overcharged me.
They overcharged us.
Yeah, international texting
Yeah.
cost a lot back in the
I'll
day.
get you. All right, what's the last one?
Final one from Chicken Thigh 5. Dumb and Dumber meets Arch Rivals. Will you like this podcast? If you're looking for your father's casual sports radio, then keep looking. These guys are not basketball fans. They are basketball sickos. The kind of people that know Arch Rivals is better than NBA Jam. Don't be fooled by the fact that the Classic Factory is likely in one of their mother's basement. Or that they talk like they are in a high school locker room. These guys are legit. Just don't listen to it with your grandmother. It'll feel like you took her to watch Dumb and Dumber. But will you enjoy it? I'm saying there's a chance.
Oh, nice. Dumb and Dumber reference.
This one is from my stepbrother.
Oh, chicken thigh.
Yeah, my stepbrother Chicken Thigh, as he's known. No, I only know this one is from my stepbrother because we did indeed go see Dumb and Dumber in the theater with my grandmother.
Wow.
Like opening weekend. She loved it. 5-star
Really?
review. No. 0 stars. -5 stars from Grandma Kirby on that one.
That's a shame.
I loved it.
I know.
Great
It's
movie.
Like, that's why I wasn't like, I wouldn't have been all that surprised if a grandma out there like Dumb and Dumber. It's not crass. You know what I mean? Like, I know there's some Hooters references. There's with the owls. There's some diarrhea stuff. There's
a big diarrhea scene. Yep.
pee away.
There was a big diarrhea.
But you know, I'm trying to think of anything else.
I
in
mean,
it.
Jim Carrey lights his fart at one point.
He also doesn't he punch the heart out of the chest of a rival at
Yeah.
some point in the fight?
It's the same fantasy sequence.
Oh, that's fantasy. Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't.
So let us know down below if your
Okay.
grandma likes
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber. Some of the grandmas out there probably do.
They probably
for
do.
sure.
I gotta ask mine now. I don't know if she's ever seen it.
Text your grandma, ask her if she likes Dumb and Dumber. And let us know.
I showed a photo of the van, the dog van, to my kid, thinking that she'd be like, oh yeah,
that
this
dog
is
van
great.
is cool.
Try to get her in. She just didn't care about the dog van. I think she'll be into the movie though. I think. Hopefully. Classic.
All right. 5-Star Friday. Get your reviews in on Apple Podcasts. We appreciate everybody that leaves us those 5-star ratings and review. Let's take our final break. And when we come back, we got a lot still. We got Pick'em, we got Tweet of the Night, and we got Rapid Fire Fun. Don't go anywhere.
If you own crypto and leave it on the exchange where you bought it, that's a mistake. We've heard the news lately. Exchanges closed, accounts frozen. We're learning the hard way. Crypto on an exchange is not really in your control, so what can you do? Get a secure crypto wallet and control your crypto yourself. So check out our new sponsor, ZenGo, the simple and secure crypto wallet with everything you need. Most crypto wallets come with a private key that you need to secure. But if the private key gets lost, hacked, or stolen, say goodbye to all of your crypto. Forever. Give me a tight shot here, JD, on the lips, please. Just a quick lips shot. Forever.
Nice.
ZenGo created the crypto wallet we've all been waiting for. It's controlled by you, so unlike an exchange, no one can access your crypto but yourself. At the same time, ZenGo removed the private key vulnerability, instead using a type of cryptography called MPC, that until now has only been available to billion-dollar institutions, and here's what that means, Skeets. 1, your ZenGo wallet is fully recoverable. Say goodbye to lost Bitcoin.
Okay.
Or hello, since you won't be losing it.
I just look at it every day. So yeah,
Just look at it. Just look at it. It's there. 2, your ZenGo wallet is a hacker's nightmare. ZenGo uses 3-factor authentication, including 3D biometrics, so no one can access your wallet but you. And 3, ZenGo recognizes we're all at different levels of our crypto journey, and they built live 24/7 support with real people directly into the app. From Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tezos, and more, ZenGo supports all your favorite cryptocurrencies and NFTs, and now for the first time, you can keep them safe with tech the big guys have used for years thanks to ZenGo. So download the ZenGo app from the App Store or Google Play. That's ZenGo. Use code NODUNKS to get $20 back on your first purchase of $200 or more. That's code NODUNKS for $20 back on your first purchase of $200 or more when you download ZenGo from the App Store or Google Play. Terms and conditions, they apply.
With the bustling holiday season just around the corner, I'm talking Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, if you want to throw it in there, it's the perfect time to plan ahead with Factor, a ready-to-eat meal delivery. They shop, prep, cook, and deliver to your door so you can enjoy chef-crafted, which is also chef-created in a way.
Yeah.
Dietitian-approved meals during the holidays, minus the hassle. My holiday schedule, it's already jam-packed.
Is it?
Yeah, we're not even there yet. You're flying here, someone's flying in from there. I've got the Hamakashlema catalog to look through. Busy time in the Skeets household. Luckily, Factor's fresh, never frozen meals make it easy to fuel up fast when I'm on the go. I'm always on the move, always on the go. So I save mad time with meals delivered ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes. And here's the thing. You're not eating the 5 or 6 same meals with this. Factor offers 34 meals per week and 36 add-on options like smoothies, juices, snacks, and more to keep you going. Factor, it's just cheaper than dining out. Crunch the numbers.
Okay.
Okay? Put the money you save towards holiday fun. Or waste it, like me, on a dumb monkey lamp, or a marshmallow gun, or something else from the Hamakashlema catalog. And thanks to Factor's commitment to ingredients with integrity, you can enjoy flavorful, chef-crafted meals guilt-free. And when things get hectic during the holidays, and you know they will, Factor is flexible, so you can change up your order every week with your plans, which is really nice. You can pause, or you can reschedule your deliveries anytime you want. They work with you. So Factor into your life. I came up with that line. I'm really proud of it.
Actually.
Talk to me, Factor,
That's
about
good.
that. Head to go.factor75.com/nodunk60 and use the code NODUNK60 to get 60% off your first box. That might be a record in terms of straight up discount we're handing out here on the show. 60% off. That's code NODUNKS60 at go.factor75.com/nodunk60 to get 60% off your first box. Whole lot of numbers. A lot of numbers in that URL, Factor. Factor in the numbers next time. Otherwise, great meal deliveries. Stream team having some fun, dropping their favorite Dumb and Dumber quotes. And does your grandma enjoy the movie? That's what we need to know. Pierre made a good point. Maybe grandmas don't like it because it makes fun of old people. It's possible. It's possible. Maybe that's why your grandma didn't like it. Right?
She hated that one scene. That was the scene. Not any of the diarrhea scenes.
No.
That was the one.
Okay. Our pick'em game last night was the Blazers-Pelicans. Pelicans were favored by 6.5. Remember, we were like, that's a weird line. They must have known that Lillard wasn't playing. I guess. Maybe even Nurk. But I took Portland anyway, and of course, not only did they cover, they won outright. I improved to 5-2 here in the month of November, so I'm doing pretty well. A loss for you guys. Task 2-5, Trace 3-4. Lots of games on tonight, Friday night in the association. Where are we going?
We're going to a game on ESPN, Timberwolves-Grizzlies rematch from last year's postseason. And I'm comfortable taking the Timberwolves. I'm not comfortable, but I'm taking them because Anthony Edwards said this might bring the best out of us, seeing our old rival on the other side of the floor. So I'm taking the 4.5 points that they get. Grizzlies favored by 4.5. You guys, smart move, taking the Grizzlies at home to win by 5 or more.
Yeah. I'm not going to be betting on the Wolves right now, but look, turn their season around.
At least they got it circled on the calendar.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, good luck to everybody in tonight's pickup. Let's get to Tweet of the Night.
Tweet of the night. Wow. Twitter.
Tweet of the Night, we can keep this one real quick. At Austin Kent tweeted last night, NBA Street Volume 4 graphics are too real. And here's the clip. that he's alluding to from this Hustle Capitans G League game. Just throwing it off the defender's face. This is wild. Trying to go cross court. Boing! Doinks him, goes right back to the G League player for the hustle, and then he cuts his guy going backdoor.
That's a pretty smart back cut.
It's a great backdoor cut after pinging it off the opponent's face there. Yeah, so like NBA Street, you could do that off the hizzy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was wild.
Were you more of an Arch Rivals fan or an NBA Jam fan?
Yeah, I never played Arch Rivals.
No. It's good. I'm an NBA Jam guy. I got to be honest. Just the reality of it. It's so real where you can jump in the air.
There's an Arch Rivals
100
backstory.
feet.
My stepbrother's in Arch Rivals. What can I say?
Man, so cool. So cool.
Here's a weird thing about NBA Street, though. You could play in jeans. Like, that could be your character, would have jeans on.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
I mean, that's strange to me.
There's a lot more guys showing up to pickup runs playing in sweatpants.
That is true.
That
is so true.
That was never happening 15, 20 years ago. There'd be one. Jason Bedell would be the only guy we knew. It's the only guy we ever knew.
You know why? Obama. Obama always played basketball in sweatpants.
Then,
we're like, hey,
that was the tipping point.
That was the tipping point.
And then everybody started
If Barack
doing
can do it, we can all do it.
I've never done it. Never thought about doing it. Have you?
I don't think so. No.
No.
Why? And just never would even come across my brain.
I'm at the point now that I don't like my shorts being too big. And we have some like big shorts from All-Star weekends where we got like free merch and stuff. I put them on. I'm like, this is gonna like limit my crossover. I'm gonna be hitting fabric when I'm going between the legs.
Fabric.
Yeah.
I think maybe we sound a little old. Maybe people are just wearing track pants a lot, so they're just coming in and playing it.
I get it. But like I was thinking about it. Somebody said it in that clip I shared the other night from our pickup run. Like, there's a couple guys out here wearing track pants. Or
Yeah, there were two guys in
It's like,
in
wow,
pants.
yeah, you're right. And you see them more and more.
I'm becoming more and more accepting of an unusual accessory. Like, I've seen a lot of hats recently. Guys showing up in hats.
That's crazy.
I know, I think so too, but I'm like, hey, you gotta keep your hat on your face some way.
Yeah, but like,
I'm not as hardline on my stance against basketball hats, I guess is what I'm saying.
I guess
I'll accept a hat.
I don't know.
I'll accept pants. If you show up in a tie, though, too much.
The hat's just weird to me because like if you wear, you're wearing it forward, very
Forward hat is
strange.
crazy still.
Playing baseball, and it's like, isn't it limiting what you can see? And then even backwards, okay, that's a little more tolerable. But like when I wear a backwards hat, sometimes it like you put your head back and it like hits your neck, like the brim.
Oh,
it's like
definitely.
it's not comfortable.
As long as it doesn't fall off, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, as long as somebody's not stepping on it, that's what I don't want to step on a hat. But it's fun. If somebody's guarding you with a hat wearing it forward, knock it off.
Tip it off.
Okay, that's fun.
All right, great tweet of the night from Austin Kett there.
What court was that? That court was amazing.
It was in Mexico, I think.
Ah.
I think that's the
the
G-League
Capitans.
team. Yeah, I believe
Mexico
so.
City.
I believe so.
Yeah, Adam Silver mentioning Mexico City as a potential expansion city in the future. It's not happening now, but that court.
So we're getting
Cool.
two teams. It's gonna go Seattle, getting the Suns
gotta be
back,
Seattle.
and then what?
Number one
We're
with
going
the-
to Mexico instead of Vegas.
Instead of Vancouver. But yeah,
Vancouver.
Vegas is high.
Yeah.
Vancouver deserves
Hopefully
it
they
too.
do Cancun. Because then it'll be CLT versus CUN.
He's been let him chime in. Is it CUN?
Oh, yeah.
Never seen it.
Every time I fly to Cancun, I fly out of Charlotte just because I like seeing it on my ticket.
All right,
4-hour drive just for the joke.
We gotta wrap this up with some rapid fire fun that's never so rapid. So Tash, you've got the questions this week. We got the answers.
If the Washington Commanders NFL team, yes, that's what they're called, are up for sale, Kevin Durant said he wants to be part of the ownership group. What team from anywhere on the globe would you like to have an ownership stake in? Skeets.
I would like to purchase outright the Sugarland Space Cowboys, which is a AAA affiliate, of the Houston Astros. And the reason I am buying the Space Cowboys is because I am changing their name back to the Sugarland Skeeters.
Nice.
And I will be the mascot for the Skeeters. And, it was great. It was a great team name. I was getting ready, I remember, to buy a Sugarland Skeeters jersey. It just said Skeeters on it. And instead, They changed it to the Space Cowboys.
Space Cowboys.
Yeah, which I actually don't even mind.
Also a good name.
Yeah, it's kind of got a cool logo too,
Yeah,
but
they
like
do have a cool logo.
it's
Yeah,
because it's the
Space,
Astros
okay.
affiliate. But come on, Sugarland Skeeters, baby.
Skeeters. Skeeters jersey coming soon from the City Edition.
Yeah.
You're gonna turn them into the like. What are you gonna do as the mascot? What's your? You got a stack of Savannah bananas. You know, you're going like crazy.
Yeah, those sting people.
They
yeah,
are mosquitoes, huh?
yeah, they're mosquitoes.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Well, you thought they were named after me? I don't know what I would do as a
I thought there would be a
mascot.
CLT-CUN joke coming in there. No, it's not.
Yeah. All right.
All right, Trey.
I want to buy the Anaheim Ducks.
Yeah.
First order of business, we're bringing back the Mighty.
Yeah.
Second order of business, we're bringing back the hockey mask that looks like a duck.
Mm-hmm.
Third order of business, we're hiring Emilio Estevez to coach our team.
Nice.
Fourth order of business, we're getting Adam Banks on our team.
Yeah.
That cake eater can play for me anytime. Fifth order of business, we're going shopping for suits on Rodeo Boulevard.
Did your grandma like Mighty Ducks?
Love it!
Good movie.
She loved Goldberg, you know? The lockdown goalie.
He's lovable, for sure. JD.
Yeah, well, I'm getting on the same train that LeBron and everybody else is getting on. Let's buy a pickleball team.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
he's buying a pickle.
Hey, they bought one of 4 expansions. There's going to be 16 teams in Major League Pickleball. We could GoFundMe. We could probably come up with the money. I'm 100% serious. We could buy a pickleball team.
Right?
Let me call it No Dunks or No Dinks.
No dinks.
No Dinks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys are not excited about this.
Which? Hey, look, there's some controversy with which league, which pickleball league.
Oh, MLP. No?
You down with MLP?
Yeah,
Yeah, you know me.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen. Well, the controversy is which one's going to
There's
be bigger.
I can't talk to this. I just know there's 2 leagues and there's fighting for like control of like
Supremacy,
rules and who's gonna be the dominant league and stuff like that.
That's great. That's good for business. Let's stir up some controversy.
Buy one in
and,
each.
and there will be, they will merge just like the NBA.
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
2 teams.
Okay, so no dinks.
No Dinks, pickleball team. Pickleball is weird. There's like, you actually play as a team. Like, there's mixed doubles, and then sometimes tiebreakers, they'll bring people who weren't even in the match from your team, singles, and
What?
duke it out that way.
Holy
Yeah,
moly.
it's a lot more complicated than just, a team of people who play pickleball together.
And if you can't take the heat, stay out
Stay
of the kitchen.
That's right.
Yeah,
Just,
right.
you know what? Stay out of the kitchen
all the time
in
even
general.
if you can stand the
That's
heat.
right.
Stay out of the kitchen
That's
or
right.
it's a violation. All right.
All right, next one here. On his way to watch Hawks-Bucks, Skeets found out that Trae Young wouldn't be playing. He was obviously disappointed, but was pleasantly surprised when the Hawks won. Name an event you had low hopes for going in, but in the end, it turned out great. Skeets.
Serious answer here, moving to Atlanta. When we moved down here for the starters.
Nice one.
What, how many years ago now?
9.
9 years.
I just had low expectations. I really didn't know what to expect from Atlanta. I remember when we
Yeah.
first visited, I was shocked to learn Atlanta wasn't on the water. I was like, in my head for the longest time, I thought Atlanta, Georgia was like on a body of water. Be
Well,
it
like
the coast.
Atlantis. Atlantis threw you off.
Yeah, maybe.
Atlanta
maybe.
City.
But
Atlantic City.
this is landlocked, and then I was like, I was really worried. I'm like, this is just gonna be a classic, concrete jungle. It's gonna be like Dallas. Ugh,
Houston.
Dallas, Houston.
Yeah, I
but
was Houston
I thought it was gonna be like that, and it's not at all. It's quite green. There's lots of parks. No bodies of water, but it's fine. And then, of course, the people you meet here, and I love Atlanta. We've continued to live here. We don't even have to live here. Think about that.
That's true.
Nothing keeping us here, except the pickleball courts and the
There's not
the
enough
nature.
pickleball courts.
and
though,
the
let's be honest.
ragweed.
What'd you say? There's not
There's
enough.
not enough pickleball courts.
That's the
The
pollen.
ragweed
Keeps us
is
around,
keeping
you
us
know?
here, yeah.
Twice a year pollen season. Oh, just love it.
I found allergies down here for sure.
So did I.
As people do.
Yeah.
It's been fun. If only there was a body of water.
I know.
That would help out.
Wash it all away.
Short drive to the beaches, though. That's nice, huh? Another nice part about Atlanta.
Oh, the airport right there. God, come on. You can go anywhere.
4-hour drive to CLT. Fly anywhere you want.
What's the Atlanta airport code? I know what it is. No
Did you
joke.
know that Chattanooga's airport code is CHA? You didn't, because why would you? But
There you go.
there you go.
They
if you were
scooped
wondering
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Ah, got him.
Suckers.
So moving to Atlanta, low hopes going in the end, turned out A-OK.
All right, Trey, can you give us an example?
The way you say it, I think you're going to say like Presidents of the United States. Moving to Atlanta, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Oh, got a little crampy. Oh, crampy.
Played basketball too much.
Too much basketball. Ball is unfortunately life right now.
Yeah.
For me, the first time I went hiking as a grown-up, it was brutal. Just brutal. We were in Colorado, Laura and I. We'd just been married for probably a year at this point, and I was like, are you kidding me? Hiking is just walking in nature. This is honestly ridiculous. I saw an old man come over a mountain. He was moving like 10 times faster than me. I was like, not cut out for hiking. Just not cut out for hiking. No, I like hiking. It's pretty good. You get to go see a bunch of nature. You get to be outside.
It's nice.
These are all things I didn't know were good until we moved to Atlanta. To be quite honest, I was growing up in cold zones.
Yeah.
So being out in the heat, it's tough. But when you come to all heat, you adapt.
Yeah, seeing we had a friend of ours recently got engaged. Congrats, Steesh. Sending a outdoor photo of him. Beautiful hiking photo. I guess he likes hiking. I would like to see the progression of photos from these chat groups. There's so many more hiking, so many more outdoorsy photos now. Like people just digging it. I still don't do it a lot, but I like outside. I love it.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, love outside. I do like outside.
Hiking is just walking. though.
It is still just walking outside.
But
That is true.
There's some uphill walking.
Right. yes.
Like you can't
I
just
mean,
say walking.
Yeah, I go for walks every day in my neighborhood. I'm going up and down hills all the time. Am I
Yeah,
hiking?
But not rocks.
Yeah. Are your feet touching
Mountains.
asphalt or grassphalt?
Asphalt.
That
I
ain't a
guess.
hike.
No.
Okay.
You got to at least potentially trip over a stick or like a root of a tree, Anyway.
Potential trips.
All right, JD, take us somewhere interesting here.
Oh, somewhere
Because I did
interesting?
not. Yeah.
September 1st, 2005.
Oh,
Dolly
boy.
Parton concert.
Hey. Wow.
Big fan of Dolly Parton.
Okay.
She had just released an album of covers, and I was worried, very worried, that I wasn't going to hear any hits. She played all the hits. She played all the covers. I loved it all.
Wow.
It was one of the best concerts I've ever seen. Back on the Budweiser stage, it was called back then. I guess it's, what is it, Molson Park? Whatever it's called now.
Oh.
We haven't lived there in 9 years, so I have no idea what it's called.
Yeah, it sounds like
But,
the Molson Amphitheater, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely used to.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Dolly Parton, if you ever get a chance, you got to check her out. She's great.
It's called the Budweiser stage.
Is it still called the Budweiser stage?
Must have went back.
Yeah, it went back.
Yeah, it went back.
Wow.
Well, originally the Molson Amphitheater. Okay, whatever. Anyway, that's fine. It's called the Budweiser stage. Last one here. I'm taking the last one from baseball, actually, because it fits very well with the No Dunks brand. Super agent Scott Boras made it his goal at the GM meetings to craft a whole lot of puns. This is real. Just making puns. And the best/worst one involved his free agent, Taiwan Walker. Quote, this is from Boris. Taiwan is on an island, and the only question is, who is willing Taipei? This is good. Another Taiwan shout-out, the capital, Taipei. Who's willing Taipei? Taiwan Walker, give us a corny pun, just like Scott Boras. Please, do it. Go wherever you want.
You want a corny pun? That's what you want?
Yeah, give us it.
Can I give you a corny pun joke?
Okay.
All right. What do you get when a truck runs over corn cob in Milwaukee?
Wow.
Creamed Corn City. Nope, Cream City Corn. Should have looked at it. Tried to deliver it.
That's both good. I think both.
I like
Yeah,
them both.
actually, I would have bought the first one.
Yeah? I think it. Yeah,
City
yeah, I
Corn.
guess they both work. Yeah.
The corn got creamed by the truck running it over.
Thank you for explaining it.
Did you hear the Cavs wanted their starting forward to step on the scale?
No.
They wanted to know how much Dean weighed.
Nice.
That's a good one.
What do you got, JD? Take us home.
You guys know I don't like to fart in front of you.
Yeah.
More of a private tutor.
Oh, I wish you had the
Puns are back.
Pew! Pew!
Well done.
There it is. Rapid fire, not so rapid. That's the Drop Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us live. The stream team was amazing today. Hit the like button. Subscribe to No Dunks if you haven't already. Share the show. All our podcast listeners, thank you, thank you, thank you. Leave your boys a 5-star rating and review. We will be back on Monday with some NBA weekend winners and losers. So if you have some that you see over the weekend that you think should be in Monday's show, tweet them in at No Dunks Inc. Until Monday. Clipper Bros.
You heard.
You motherfucker.
Well,
You heard it here first.
There you go.
Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
What a weird one.
It
These
was a
Friday
weird
shows, man.
That's good. Good weird. Good weird.
They get strange, don't they?
Thanks for joining us. And remember, I don't have a good one. I wanted to pun it up with you guys. You said Tudor. Remember, Tudor can always be beat by Whitmer. It's a politics joke.
Embrace the weekend, people.